Motivation can hit us like a wave. A powerful rush of energy that gives us vision and belief, empowering us to think big, make changes, and make an impact. But eventually we wake up to find the wave has washed away. We wake up as the same person, with the same routine. We know it's there, somewhere, but that driving force isn't working in our favor anymore. Wouldn't it be nice if there was a way to ride that wave all the time towards the beach, towards our goals?
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick Slater. In this video, 3 tools to maintain a motivated mindset. Being consistently motivated is something I struggle with, and I've been really trying to improve on this year. I'm great at riding that wave of motivational energy, thinking big and setting goals, but I get frustrated when after a couple of days that energy seems to fade away. It's frustrating because I know how high that motivation can be, and when I'm not at that level, it feels like I'm not working to my potential. And I talked to some friends and this seems to be a fairly common issue. So I set out to research some strategies to help bridge the gap between that person who's kicking goals and that person who can't get out of bed. What techniques can I put in place to make sure that I'm more consistently showing up as that enormously motivated person? And I found 3 steps which are a little unusual, but actually really help. But before we get to that, if you could take 5 seconds to like and subscribe, it'll help me stay motivated to make another video.
Tool number 1, aim for consistency, not perfection.
So this is about doing less more often. I found an article by Gemma Wendt. Gemma says that success is showing up consistently, imperfectly, even when you don't feel like it. She goes on to say that instead of berating yourself for not being consistently consistent, instead decide what good enough looks like for you and then commit to it. The problem with those waves of motivational energy is that they can lead us to bite off more than we can chew. The goals are too big picture, so we don't know where to start, it gets overwhelming, and then we stop trying. So step 1 is to break down those big picture goals into small actionable steps. This is actually my favorite journaling technique, which I call the long view journaling technique. I use it whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed or feel like I need to align with my vision. I'll work out where I want to be 4 years from now and then break that goal into small achievable steps, spreading them out over the 48 months to get there. Breaking down big picture goals into small steps makes them feel so much more achievable, and you quickly gain a sense of momentum as you start ticking them off. The other key benefit is this: when the goal is small enough, it doesn't matter if you don't show up perfectly every day. And this comes back to Gemma's quote: success is showing up consistently even when you don't feel like it. When the goals are small, it's all about showing up. We're still going to have peaks and troughs, but as long as the general trend is upward, we're eventually going to reach our goals. It's a classic tortoise and hare analogy. Aiming for consistency, not perfection, will lead you towards your goal. Even if it doesn't feel like it, you will refine your skills and improve, and it will become normal. One of my favorite YouTubers, Ali Abdaal, said that he's created so many YouTube videos now that he doesn't think about all of the difficult steps that go into making one. It's become normal. It's become efficient. So step 1 is about lowering your expectations and aiming for consistency, not perfection.
Number 2, schedule a pre-game routine.
Lately I've been walking to the gym. It's about 20 minutes through a dog park, past some shops. It's lovely. And I think that ever since I've started walking, I've actually been training better. I think this comes down to 3 key reasons. 1, once I'm out the door, I'm committed, I've bought in, I'm not turning back. 2, it's a physical warm-up as I'm walking. 3, I'm thinking about what I'll do when I get there, so I'm visualizing my workout. Essentially, I've created a pre-game routine which helps me get into the zone. I found an article by James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, backing this up. He says to schedule your motivation. Setting a schedule for yourself seems simple, but it puts your decision-making on autopilot. It makes it more likely that you will follow through regardless of your motivation levels. Which reminds me of the quote, professionals set a schedule and stick to it, whereas amateurs wait for motivation to hit. We can't wait for inspiration or motivation to hit. It's too uncooperative and inconsistent. So this is where the step of scheduling a pre-game ritual, as James Clear calls it, becomes helpful. And thinking back to my gym experience, this is what I was doing by walking to the gym. The habit wasn't going to the gym anymore. The habit had become walking to the gym, which was enjoyable. It was out in nature, there was a lot less friction, which made it a lot easier to keep up. The key to a good pre-game ritual is to remove any decision. The behavior should be easy and automatic and put you in the zone for the task. To take this one step further, I suggest introducing energy-boosting behaviors to your pre-game. Hear me out. So before I start to write in the morning, I'll pull up a YouTube video of someone in the field who inspires me, like Matt Diavella, someone who can show me what's possible and expand my thinking. Stacking this pre-game motivational habit to the task itself helps me get into the zone. Another pre-game ritual could be coffee. According to Chris Bailey, author of Hyperfocus, he recommends strategically drinking 200 mils of coffee, which is about 2 cups, just before you want to get into flow. Coffee has been proven to help you work more intensely and for longer periods. Another one could be music. I like to listen to lo-fi playlists, something without vocals, down tempo. It's been proven to reduce mind chatter and block distractions. So don't just schedule time in the calendar to do the thing, schedule the pre-game ritual as well. Something fun and easy, which puts you in the seat to do the task.
Number 3, get into flow and go.
So it's no surprise that we are happiest and most satisfied when we're in flow state. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, author of Flow State, wrote that the best moments of our lives are not the relaxing times. They are when our body or mind is stretched to its limits to accomplish something worthwhile. It's so odd to me that even though we know this, it's still so difficult to get into flow. We face so much resistance. It literally is the thing that makes us the most happy, yet for some reason we avoid it. But combating this is actually very simple. Once you've done your pre-game, you've got the energy, you're feeling good, you just gotta pick 1 or 2 things and get started. It can be overwhelming when we've got so many competing priorities in our day, and this is where planning comes in handy. Once we have the plan for the day, as I spoke about earlier, we can pick the priority and just start. If we know exactly what we're going to work on, it makes getting into flow a lot easier. It usually takes me 5 minutes for my brain to get going and then I'm off to the races. It has also been said that the task needs to be somewhere between easy and too challenging to maintain that peak arousal level. So pick a healthy challenge, don't worry about perfection, just start. There was a commonality between all of the articles I was able to find on motivation, and that is gratitude. Sometimes I can be so forward-focused and driven to edit my life that I forget to be grateful for the present moment. I think the key is to set a healthy balance between the part of you who should be grateful for the present moment and the part of you who is trying to improve your future. So yes, it's important to set goals and be productive and all of those things. I also need to give myself a break. Success doesn't come from burning the candle at both ends. It needs to be sustainable. And part of that is resting and making time for hobbies and enjoying life. Gratitude is the greatest motivator, because when I realize how lucky I am and how privileged I am to be in the position to be able to chase my dreams, when I compare that to people less fortunate than me, this work is something that I actually get to do instead of have to do. And framing it that way really propels me to take action. I also encourage you to take the pressure off. At the end of the day, we're all just doing the best we can. So break things into small steps, continue to show up, and trust the universe to steer us in the right direction. I hope you liked the video, guys. You can find me on Instagram, where I try and reply to everybody on the DMs, so come and say hi. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing so you can see more content like this. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you soon.